Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Travis, and today I'm going to show you how you can use a management server on your network to request Let's Encrypt certificates for use for different applications within your network. Now keep in mind, Let's Encrypt certificates in your network should really only be used in a lab environment. I'm not recommending you do this for production use. For production use, I highly recommend you get a professional certificate, one that can last multiple years. Let's Encrypt certificates are designed to be handled by bots, basically, and it's supposed to help the internet out with a baseline of getting to SSL. Now, you can use these certificates within your network, but again, they're only valid for 90 days, so it's not recommended that you use them for different scenarios such as what I'm going to outline in this video. However, note it is possible, and really I would only use it in a lab environment. So your mileage may vary, and you have been warned. So let's kind of jump right into things. So here I have a virtual server set up. This is my management server. It's running Windows Server 2019. The only thing on this box is IIS. And this is because we need IIS to generate a website. And we need a Let's Encrypt client. In this case, I'm using Certify the Web because it is a free client. And this will help us get a certificate that we can export from our server and then use in our network. So let's kind of walk you through this. So I installed IIS and I created a website. This is a fake website. It doesn't resolve to anything. In fact, the IP address that adfs.teamsinsto.com resolves to does not come back to this server at all. I'm using a free DNS host from Hurricane Electric, so dns.ag.net, and I'm using that so we can satisfy the Let's Encrypt requirements, because we do need a real domain. So that's the important part. Whatever your primary domain is, it has to be real. So we just create a new website. And I can show you this. It's as simple as just adding a new website, creating a name, bogus physical path, and then we just enter our host name here. So in my case, I entered adfs.teamsinsto.com because I am doing a project with ADFS and I need a certificate. So once you got that, your site's started. We are done with IIS. Download Certify the Web. You can get this from certifytheweb.com. Here I was just doing some digging, checking some DNS. Yeah, it's at certifytheweb.com. Don't have it open. Once you get installed, you'll just click on, you'll have to provide your contact information, a valid email address, accept Let's Encrypt's terms of service, and then you'll click on New Certificate. And in here, you'll select your IIS site. In this case, I selected my Certs site. And here's where you can add additional domains to your website. Now, these need to be real domains. So as you can see right here, these must be domains where you can validate control either via DNS or by creating a temporary file on the website. In this case, we're using DNS since we're doing this internally. So if you're using a .local domain within your network, or you're using .loc, or you're using some bogus domain, or you're using a domain you don't own, you won't be able to request a certificate for it. So make sure that this is a real domain name that you have control over. So real important, whether it's a free domain like .tk, a cheap one like .xyz, or it's a .com, .net, .org, whatever. It needs to be real. So once you have your domains added, in this case I'm just using adfs.teamsinsto.com because that's the only domain I need. Click on Authorization. Don't click on Request Certificate yet. Click on Authorization. And from here, you're going to see Challenge Type. And by default, it goes to HTTP 01. Change this over to DNS 01. And for the DNS update method, depending on where your DNS is hosted. You may need to select update DNS manually, or use a custom script, or select your provider in case you're using Namecheap, Microsoft, GoDaddy, whoever. In my case, because I'm using Hurricane Electric, update manually. Deployment, we're going to do auto, and preview. This just lets you know that everything is going to work. At this point, you can click on Request Certificate. I would, but I've already got the certificate. As you can see, it is installed. And what's going to happen is you're going to get this value that you have to update. So you're going to need to create a text record. In this case, it's going to be _acme-challenge dot whatever your domain is. And you need to go into where your DNS is hosted and create a text record with this value. Oops. With this value right here. They recommend setting the update or the TTL setting to 1 second, but in some cases, like Hurricane Electric, it doesn't let me do 1 second. The minimum I can do is 300 seconds, which is 5 minutes, and that's just to kind of curb abuse and to curb all these requests coming into their servers, hitting their servers. So if you can set it to 1, cool. If not, go as low as possible. Pop this in, go back here and request certificate. It'll let you know if it can validate or not. Give it some time, be patient with it. And once it can validate, it's going to come back and give you your certificate. So in this case right here, you can see that it's valid from 6/19/2019 to 9/17/2019. So I have 89 days. It's going to try and renew in a month, and that's just because Certify the Web has automatic renewal set up because it's designed for websites. In this case, we don't really care too much about it. So now we can actually export this certificate. So now we're going to go to IIS. We're going to go to our server. So if we click on our server here, and server certificates, so we'll click on this. And here is our certificate. So here we have some options. We can view, we can export, renew, remove. So we're going to click on export, and we're going to give this a name. So I'm going to stick this on my desktop, and I'm just going to call this ADFS. And I like to put in the expiration, so 09/17/2019. And it's going to be .pfx. We'll hit open. And we can give it a password. And that's because we're exporting the private key as well. Hit OK. Minimize all this stuff. Here is our PFX. So now we can take this PFX file and we can import it in our services. So I hope you found this video useful in generating Let's Encrypt certificates for your Windows boxes that you can use on network devices that accept PFX files. Please give this video a thumbs up. Leave any questions, comments, concerns down in the comment section below. I will do my best to answer them. And keep checking for updates because Let's Encrypt changes quite a bit. And I will, of course, show you more ways. And the methods in this video too will also help you generate a wildcard certificate that you can use in your environment as well. So that way you don't have to request a different certificate for everything. You just have to remember where you use that wildcard. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great day.